Today I'd like to present my improvisational storytelling board game, Curse Reverse. Curse Reverse is a storytelling board game for 4 players or teams. Each player plays a thief in 19th century Egypt who has stolen items from the temples of 4 separate gods. In their wrath, the gods strike the thieves with a curse, trapping them in a mist-filled dream realm. The thief who returns the stolen items to all 4 temples first escapes the curse and wins the game. To start, players pick their thief of choice and assemble the board from 4 different colored map segments. Curse Reverse has been designed to be highly modular, allowing for great replayability. Each player is assigned a goal card for each temple. Each goal card shows 2 items. To satisfy the god of that temple, the player must turn in either of the 2 items. It's up to the player which. All goal cards are face up, allowing all players to see all other players' goals. If the player does not have those items handy, they may gain more items by stealing them from other players they defeat in combat, visiting special landmark spaces on the map, or successfully completing trials.
There is 1 landmark per map segment. Landing on and activating a landmark has a unique effect, such as letting the player rotate any one segment or returning items from their inventory to get a new item.
Whenever a player lands on a question mark space on the board, they must draw a card from the events deck. The events deck is made up of 30 world events and 30 trial events. World events are instant effects that can affect a single player or warp the entire world, a unique mechanic that helps set Curse Reverse apart from other board games. While trial events inform the player that the gods have decided to test their thief with a difficult scenario. These trials are another unique element of Curse Reverse, revolving around short-form improvisational storytelling. When a player is tasked with completing a trial, they draw 2 trial cards. The first drawn is the main story, and the second adds a modifier to that story, another touch to allow for sustained replayability.
For example,
Scorpion Ravine. The ground cracks open underfoot, and you jump back just in time to avoid falling into a ravine. It's a bit too long to jump over, impossibly wide to walk around, and filled with deadly scorpions. How devious. Jumping in defenseless would be suicide. There are too many scorpions to kill one at a time. Behind you stands a sturdy tree. Maybe you can avoid the pit altogether. You'll need more momentum though. And modifier, also, you're on fire. Seriously, how did you not notice this until now? Once the cards are drawn, they are read aloud together. The player then has 30 seconds to come up with a unique story solution, combining the items in their bag with their thief's unique attributes.
a potential solution could be, I stop, drop, and roll to douse the flames, then use my chisel to lever up the tree, then walk across it. Or, I smother the fire in my camel pelt, which ignites it. I walk across the pit, shaking my flaming pelt at any scorpions that attack. Or even, I just stay on fire and walk across as my high pain tolerance holds and let the flames scare the scorpions away.
I like to pitch this game to people by saying it's about playing a 19th century MacGyver. Once the story ends, the other players vote on whether the solution was plausible or not. A majority yes vote means the player has passed the trial and may retrieve an item from the bag. A majority no vote means the player has failed the trial and the god's curse grows stronger. This is represented by the player adding a curse tile to their inventory. This tile takes up space and slows the player down like an inventory item but cannot be dropped. To remove curse tiles, players must either visit a temple, or they may transfer them to a player they have defeated in combat. Another mechanic that makes Curse Reverse so special is the unique inventory system. At the start of the game, each player takes 4 items randomly from the bag. Each thief gets a base of 2 movement and gains 1 additional movement per unoccupied space in their inventory. This means that the more you carry, the slower you move. You can drop items onto the board during your turn for an added speed boost. However, be careful about dropping all your items. Besides their use during trials, your items are also used for your attack and defense values. Each red item gives you an additional attack die, and each blue item an additional defense die. To successfully attack another player, the attacker must roll more swords on their attack dice than the defender rolls shields. If the attack succeeds, they may either send the player back to the start location on that map segment, or they may take an item from their inventory. When a player returns a stolen item to a temple, they are blessed with a cartouche. These are special consumable items that take up space in your inventory and can be expended on any player's turn for special effects. Cartouche tiles are added to your inventory face down and are the only hidden information in the game. Players can peek at another player's cartouche if they defeat them in combat. These items can help you bluff, barter, and lie to your fellow thieves in order to get you the edge you need to win the game.